Okay, so I wanted to show you how you could actually draw a triangle with some given measures using a protractor and a ruler. So if I wanted to work on activity 9.2 and draw Jada's triangle, and the only thing they tell us is that it has to have one angle measuring 75 degrees. So what you should do is use a straight edge so that you can draw just one segment, and then go ahead and take your protractor and take the center of the protractor and put it on the very end or beginning of that segment there. And make sure that your segment is lined up with the 0 line. Then if it has to be 75 degrees, you could go ahead and take your pencil and go to, here's 0, and we're going to go all the way up to 70. Here is where 75 degrees would be. So I just put a little mark there. If you want to put a dot there, you can go ahead and do that. So now that I know that that's where 75 degrees is going to be, I'm going to take my protractor and move it away. And then what you can do with your straight edge is make a segment connecting this beginning of the segment and connect it to that point that you made to show 75 degrees. And so that means you have one angle there, and I'm going to go ahead and measure that out just to confirm that that is 75 degrees. So I put the center of the protractor on the vertex, make sure this is lined up with the 0 line. If I go across, and here's my 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, so that is 75 degrees. And if you're going to draw a triangle, well, that means I need a third side. Now this third side could actually be right there, and I could make the other one smaller, the other segment that is. And if I do that, you'll see that I still have at least one angle that is 75 degrees. Now if I go ahead and extend that, go back to what it was before, and I want to connect this, I could have another triangle that still has an angle that is 75 degrees. So that's still 75 degrees here. So you can see there that I have multiple triangles that I can create as long as I have one angle that is 75 degrees. And make sure you go ahead and label that as 75 degrees there. If you wanted to do another one, again, you just have to draw out a segment. Let's make it a little bit smaller there. If I take the protractor, make sure everything is lined up, and I say 75 degrees. Let me get a pen there. 75 degrees would be right here. It's a little off there, so let me erase that. Or not. There's my 75, and then if I want to go ahead and make a triangle, I need it to go right here. That lines up with 75 degrees. Again, I can change this as long as I keep the length, that is, I can change the length as long as I keep the angle measure 75 degrees, which looks like that's what I did there. And then I can take another segment Oh, don't want to do that. I want to copy this one. See if it does it now. So there you go. You have two different triangles. One angle is 75 degrees and everything else can be something different. That's activity 9.2 and this one is Jada's triangle.